Get off the right wheel. This is the Angel Clark Show.
Welcome back to the Angel Clark Show. It's Friday. That means it is Economic Roundup Day. I have on the line with me Ken Schortgen. Ken is the National Finance Examiner for Examiner.com. He has the website, thedailyeconomist.com. And he joins us once a week to talk all things economics. Ken, I would like to thank you for sticking around. So what's next on our list of things to talk about?
Well, I'll finish the taxation thing here real quick. Eritrea, now, as somebody in the chat room pointedly showed, Eritrea is a small little country that is near Somalia. And in 2000, or in recent, I think it was 2012, the UN weighed in on Eritrea. In Resolution 2023, the UN Security Council condemned Eritrea for using extortion, threats of violence, fraud, and other illicit means to collect taxes outside of Eritrea from its own citizens.
But that's what the U.S. does.
Exactly. Has there been a resolution condemning the U.S.?
No, of course not.
And interesting enough, Eritrea only charges 2%, a flat 2% tax for, offshore and non-residential citizens making money outside the country.
The U.S. charges a ton more than that.
39.6%.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, how does the U.S. use extortion? By a nice little law known as FACTA. And the other thing that they do, because they control the SWIFT system, which is the currency swap line, which all countries have to use to purchase dollars to buy oil and other commodities, et cetera, the U.S. will use economic sanctions and keep countries like Iran, Russia, et cetera, from being able to use SWIFT and buy dollars.
Yeah.
And they do this so that they can control exactly what countries do according to their national agenda.
It seems to me like the U.S. uses force and threats of violence and coercion, just like that other country does. Yeah,
but then again, that's what empires do. This is what empires do. Yeah. Now, another interesting thing as we get towards the end of the dollar as we know it thing. You mentioned earlier in the show that France was jumping onto the U.S. bandwagon and cheerily bombing ISIS and or Syria or,
yes.
Who knows what the real agenda behind all this is. But there's a lot of EU countries that have said, we're not going to get involved. They're not going to join the coalition. So those countries are actually Britain, Germany, and Turkey. And
really?
One of the reasons why they may not be doing this is...
Russia?
No, it's because of the fact that they're buying oil on the black market from ISIS.
Are they really?
A senior European official revealed that some EU member states have purchased oil from ISIS despite the rhetoric against the group. In a briefing with Parliament Foreign Affairs, EU ambassador has said some European countries have purchased crude oil from ISIS. Now, ISIS is using the oil to fund their terrorism. Don't you love hypocrisy in its greatest?
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly. And where they're getting the oil is they took over the Iraqi oil fields. Now, if we wanted to stop ISIS, why has the United States not bombed the oil fields and cut off their funding?
Why?
You have to wonder about this. Because it's not about ISIS. It's not about Syria. It's about Russia. And if they can provide black market cheap oil and dump onto the markets, it brings down the price of oil, which hurts Russian economy.
Ah, okay.
This is all about geopolitics and the proxy war for the dollar with the U.S. and Russia. It has nothing to do with ISIS because they knew about ISIS 2-3 months before. Remember? Obama said they're junior varsity.
That's
They're
right.
Not really important.
He did say that.
So really, by the way, there was an interesting little parallel. You know how President Obama loves to say, we're just going to do bombing campaigns, but no boots on the ground, bombing campaigns.
Yes, no boots on the ground. He always says that, but then, that it doesn't really work out that way.
Right. But what was Pearl Harbor?
Well, that was a bombing campaign, wasn't it? No boots on the ground.
No boots on the ground.
Yeah. You're right. No boots on the ground.
It comes back to the irony. The irony that one empire is allowed to do something while the other is vilified and made to seem, the evil empire. But we also had something interesting happen yesterday. William Wallace was resurrected from Mel Gibson's movie.
Was he?
Yeah, the Scottish independence vote.
Oh, yes.
And, of course, it failed.
Yeah.
Now, what is the most interesting thing we find about this? It really was a vote about welfare and pensions versus the young who want to be free from British sovereignty.
Yeah, but weren't they go now here's another were they going to be part of the EU?
No, Scotland is part of Britain right now.
Yes.
And Britain is part of the EU. If they broke off as a separate independent nation, they would have no ties at all, no treaties. It would be as if a new nation sprung out of the Atlantic Ocean. No treaties, no ties. And it's interesting you say that because we'll get to that in a moment. But what I want to point at is the voter demographics. Voters aged 16 to 25 voted yes for independence at a clip of 71% to 29%. Voters aged 65 plus voted no 73%, and yes for independence 27%.
Oh, wow.
Here's one of the reasons why. Scotland relies heavily upon Britain to backstop and fund their pension and healthcare systems. Britain, in fact, provides more money to Scottish citizens than any other protectorate within the United Kingdom. Retirees in Scotland receive an average of 1,400 British pounds from the budget, while the rest of the UK received an average of 1,300. And Britain pays a lot into the Scotland's healthcare system, with over 200 British pounds per individual, more than it does anyone else in the empire.
Wow. Hold on to that thought, Ken. We have to step away for just a moment. The Angel Clark Show will return. More with Ken Schortgen coming up.
For all those looking to kick the habit of mommy and daddy government, this is the Angel Clark Show.